Hey guys, Mr. Kyle at Myers Mathematics. Today is September 18th, and it's 2 days until D-Day, right? So, Area 51, if you're into that sort of thing. I hear some people were already arrested. It's kind of sad that people are actually doing that. If you're not sure what that is, go check it out on the Googles, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But let's go ahead and dive into some factoring here. We've got 4 problems today. It's an even numbered day, so I'm doing 4 problems on even numbered days. I'm going to show you how to do it. And what I do is I do like a really easy method that takes the least amount of steps possible. So whenever I show you this method here, just kind of stick with me because it's literally just that easy. And I know there's other methods out there. I've been pondering whether I should show other methods or just show mine. I might do a different method in the future on like a future video in this series. I don't know, we'll see. There's a lot of other ways to factor. But let's just go ahead and dive in. We've got 4 problems, so let's jump into it. I don't want to make the video too much longer than about 5 minutes or so. So let's do this. X squared minus 6x minus 16. All right, so I want to factor it. In order to factor it, I have to find 2 factors of 16 that give me 6. So 1 and 16, that could work, or not, because 16 and 1, if I subtract, to get 15. So it's not going to work. Which, by the way, one of these has to be negative, one of them has to be positive. If I make the bigger number negative and I subtract, then I'll end up with a negative answer. That always happens. So 1 minus 16 is negative 15, or if I said it backwards, negative 16 plus 1. Either way, I'm going to get a negative, which is what I want to do, because I want to get negative 6 when I subtract. So let's try again. 2 goes into 16, right? 2 goes in. How about 8 times? Yeah, sounds right. So let's see, 2 and 8, negative 2 or negative 8. It should be negative 8 because negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. So it works. And once I find out factors that work, I'm basically done. You just throw x's in front of your numbers, throw some parentheses around it, and that's it. You factored it. That is the whole thing. All right, so what's the next one? I forgot. X squared plus 7x plus 6. X squared plus 7x plus 6. All right, so we want 2 things that multiply to give me 6, and they add to give me 7. This time I'm adding because it's a positive 6. So let's try 1 and 6. That's what I always try. I always try 1 in that number, and then I just go down the list, because you can never get it wrong that way. So I could make both of them negative, but then I'd end up with a negative when I add. If I just do 1 and 6, 1 plus 6 is 7, positive 7, so that works. So I throw an x in front, throw an x in front, and I'm done. All right. Now, I'm also going to do the negative version here, right? Minus 7x plus 6. So in order to factor, I have to find 2 things that multiply to give me 6. Let's try 1 and 6 again. And when I make them both negative, if I multiply 2 negative numbers, I get a positive. So negative 1 and negative 6 multiply to give me positive 6, but they also add to give me negative 7. So that's it. Those are my factors. I throw an x in front, throw an x in front, and I'm done. Let's tackle that last one. Let's see if I can remember. It is x squared, and the thickness on this one's a little bit more, but I like it because it's one of those fancy markers, and I like to see the little fancy stuff that's within the, yeah, anyways, I'm 5. Okay. Plus 7, was it plus 7? Was it plus 7x? Or did we move on to 8s already? Plus 7x plus 6. Oh, man, I don't remember. Plus 7x plus 10. That's what it was. Plus 7x plus 10. Okay, so I want 2 things that multiply to give me 10. 1 and 10? Well, no, because 1 plus 10 is 11. So let's try again. Ooh, I'm almost out of space. That's all right, I'll be good. 2 and 5. Yeah, that works. 2 plus 5 is 7, right? So plus 2 plus 5 is 7. 2 times 5 is 10. Checks out. Throw some parentheses around that bad boy. And we are good to go.